No, thank you. I've got it.
Okay.
Good morning. Welcome to the Public Works Committee, Tuesday, April the 15th, 25. Parkdale, Rome City Hall, 10 o'clock a.m. Order of business, call to order. Item 2, declarations of conflict of interest.
None.
Adoption of minutes.
Moved.
Business arising from the minutes.
Page 2.
Okay,
So yesterday, I believe at Standing Committee for Water and Wastewater, they made a decision on 3 vehicles that are getting as part of this deal. 3 plus 13 are the 16 vehicles. Procurement of half-ton 4x4 crew cab work trucks. Any update on what we're doing with these 13?
Okay, thanks, your worship, chair through to your worship. That is not, wouldn't be part of this deal, so this is a tender for rentals.
No, I know that. No, this business arises from the minutes.
Okay.
Mr. McEwen.
Yep, so at the last meeting of council, there was a request for a legal opinion or for a deferral. So we have that opinion and it will come back to council.
Yes, so at yesterday's meeting for water and wastewater, I think they're going forward with a,
So again, so at
are
the,
they going forward with a resolution to purchase the 3?
yes, to match, so Public Works also brought forward their resolution. And the water and sewer utility recognized that council had put in that deferral request for further information. So it is moving through the system, both will come forward to council.
But the 16 vehicles are based on the price from Summerside Chrysler.
Correct.
16. So we're already purchasing 3.
No, it's just still moving through parallel process.
Okay, we're still waiting for that resolution to
Just
come
wanna
to
clarify,
council.
Mr. Chair.
Yeah,
Just clarify
okay,
quickly.
go ahead.
So we're purchasing 3 from water and wastewater because that'll be a resolution that could go up on Tuesday. We're obligated then to buy the other 13, whether we have a legal opinion or not.
So, no, we do have the legal opinion now, but just the Water and Sewer Committee put it forward to follow the same parallel process as Public Works to make sure everything's on the same page moving forward to council. So
Yeah.
council will have the opportunity to make that decision in the future.
And my point is, we have to be on the same page because if we're gonna buy 3 in water and wastewater, we're hinged on the 13 because that's what the price is based on. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Right, okay,
Mitchell, we still need to approve the agenda.
sorry.
Move.
Okay, second by Councilor McAleer. Okay. Just, if you look at item E, page 4, Chair asks the Public Works Committee to speak to the report. Public Works Manager Johnson indicated that at the last council meeting, council brought up concerns regarding who authorized Public Works to be picking up the hazardous drug waste. Johnson stated that any waste left on city property in the city has been the responsibility of the Public Works Department. If the city does not pick it up, then who will? He noted there are some provincial government contractors attending to some areas around the outreach center in the Joe Giz Park, but Public Works looks after the entire city. Second point raised at council as to having the provincial government involved in funding for the collection of hazardous drug waste would need to be handled through intergovernmental affairs. That's all funneled intergovernmental affairs, is it? This question as to number 1, who made the policy decision to have the city of Charlottetown pick up the drug waste and hazards? Because I don't ever recall council voting on that or discussing it. And then secondly, that's been moved on to intergovernmental affairs for further deliberation. Is that correct, Mr. McEwen?
It can be, yes, and I mean, that's
Well,
an opportunity for the city to have discussions with the province.
Right. But that decision was made at the administrative level to pick up the needles and crack pipes and drug waste and all that debris at the city's expense, when it's not our program, and we haven't received any funding whatsoever from the province since they're funding the NGOs. Is that correct?
Yes, I mean, the Public Works has always ensured that refuse throughout the city is collected in a safe and timely manner. And I mean, that has become part of the waste stream, unfortunately, that they do collect to keep our residents safe.
Well, I think people that are handing out this drug paraphernalia should be paying to have it picked up.
I thought that was the case, Mr. Chair. I thought Public Works, provincial government were,
No,
They
not to
have-
my
they-
knowledge.
did they not contract someone out to do it?
Around Joe Giz Park, yes.
But I'm talking about other public places, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's other public places in this city where there's needles and crack pipes. So our Public Works Department's picking up that.
Say that
that
about
material.
litter in general.
What?
You can say that about litter in
No, I'm
general.
not talking litter, I'm talking drug hazards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm concentrating on. So are we gonna bill the province to that too, Mr. McEwen? For picking up all that, that drug hazards and drug paraphernalia?
Again, we can have discussions with them and kind of as we negotiate how much money the province should give to the city, that can become part of the negotiations.
Okay, good.
How does that
because-
become part of
What?
discussion, Mr.?
What's that?
Like, when people come in from outside of the city to
Right.
party at our park and they leave waste around, do we send them a bill?
I'm talking the
No, I know.
drug paraphernalia,
Waste is
that's
waste.
being handed out in our city, and somehow we've been mandated to pick it up. So I don't think that we should be paying for that, I think that should be paid for by the province. Through the NGOs, I brought it up at council, I don't know if you recall.
I do.
Yeah, good.
I do.
So, anyway, it's gone on intergovernmental affairs, Mr. McEwen,
We can make sure that it makes it onto that agenda.
thank you, sir. Okay,
You're welcome, your worship.
I'm just trying to figure it out, but we can have that discussion at intergovernmental affairs.
there's nothing to figure out, I mean, who's paying for it?
Well,
Why would we pay for it?
yeah, but we can have this discussion about, like, like, globally, anybody that comes in this city and
Yeah.
uses our parks
Right.
and they leave waste behind, we're not sending them a bill after they go back.
No, I'm talking.
Whether it's
I'm talking
dangerous waste.
specifically about drug paraphernalia all over our parks and city spaces.
Yeah.
Public places, so,
You can have that discussion with the province, but I don't think the province is gonna be sending people in to clean up around our parks. That's our responsibility.
Okay, let's go, guys. Come on.
No, but seriously,
Let's go into intergovernmental affairs.
Yeah.
Let's get on with
I
the
think he's got a
meeting.
good argument there to make.
who,
You do have an
yeah,
argument to
I
make.
do, yeah, trying to make it for a while. Anyway, report, under reports, we have vehicle rentals. I'm gonna turn that over to our manager.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, so we went out to tender, to purchase, not to purchase, to rent, 10 vehicles or to go with a contract to rent vehicles from, for the summer for about 6 months. So this is something that's been ongoing for the last few years. We do not have a full complement of half-ton trucks to keep up with our seasonal staff that come in the summer. So in the past, we've gone out and rented trucks for the summer months for about 6 months from the spring until the fall. Those vehicles come in and we then have enough vehicles to supply to all the staff that come in for grass cutting, sidewalks, paving, everything like that. Again, this is something that's been ongoing in the past. It is a monthly rental. There was only one bid, as you can see in the report, from Enterprise Rent-A-Car. So in order to maintain operations and continue to, meet the demands and provide staff with appropriate vehicles, we're just passing this along to council through the committee for approval.
I'll ask the first question. The number of vehicles you have here, will that be sufficient? Or do you need any more besides what's here?
No, this is a good question. This will be sufficient. So in the tender, you can see there, we went out for a variety of vehicles based on if our needs change or depending on if, things break down or what we may have to do. Right now, we're looking at 10 vehicles that we will need for the summer. Again, depending on other things, if other vehicles get purchased through other tenders, we may be able to cut down on this. But right now, our operating budget will suffice for these vehicles that are here.
And again, this is just to rent the vehicles.
Yes, correct.
We're not rent to buy.
Correct.
Okay, any other questions?
Chair,
Mayor?
the chair to the new manager. Albert. So Albert, what was our expense last year? Was it above the 90? Like, because you get 22 cents per kilometer over 400, I think we do more than 400 kilometers, correct?
4,000.
4,000 for each vehicle?
Yeah, per month.
Per month.
For each vehicle.
For each vehicle, yeah.
So you can go over 4,000 vehicles, and then we start charging 22 cents over the 4,000?
I haven't seen last year's numbers, but I believe that we did not go over, I think.
90,000, okay. Thank you, sir.
Councilor McAleer, any questions?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, just to follow up. So there was no other bids. Okay, I have a mover.
Moved.
Move. Second. Motion carried.
Motion carried.
Motion carried. Introduction to new business, since there's none, move for adjournment.
I wanna put a notice, just again, I brought this up in previous meetings, just to clean up around the city. I know that we've started that cleanup, litter pickup and so forth. But I think if you drive out by Towers Road, the new pathway going into the back up the Royalty Crossing Mall, there is a lot of waste, a lot of discarded carts from, I'd say, Atlantic Superstore or from the mall itself. I don't know who's responsible for it, but I think that we have to look at starting this cleanup sooner than later. And I know that Fusion, which is a youth group, they're planning to have their trailer cleaned up on the 26th, I think, this Saturday. So I'll be definitely helping out there. But anyways, if we could just keep following up, just not in those areas, but across the city. It's been a long winter. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
To adjourn.
Motion to adjourn? Okay, thank you.
Second. Okay, thank you.